guys, this is JV back at you with another video for today. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make the M4 Delta Ring Handguard. This is a continuation of my M4 tutorials. So if you haven't seen the previous few videos, I suggest you go watch part 1, part 2, and part 3. Each of those videos will be showing like the lower receiver, the upper receiver, and then part 3 is like the continuation of the upper receiver and then the handguard, but completely disregard the handguard part of that tutorial. So if you haven't seen the original M4 tutorial, check that out. But here's what you'll need. You'll need a reference for like your barrel. I drew mine as pretty light. And also your handguard and delta ring. Some scissors, a ruler, hot glue and hot glue sticks, a cardboard tube, some cardboard, and whatever your barrel is going to be. Make sure you have a cutting utensil you'll need. That's scissors or X-Acto knife, anything you need. So, with all that being said, let's get started. Okay, so before we begin, I would like to tell you that when we start, you're gonna take a small tube of cardboard tube. You can get this from aluminum foil or anything, and that can fit inside this upper receiver part here. Just fit that inside because it'll be a reference, a guide of where you want your gun, so it's not looking, you know, coming down here or starting to come up here. You can keep it straight with this. And not to mention, I cut this part too short anyway, so this will be something the handguard will glue on. And if you need to, wrap some thin cardboard around it or some tape, whichever one you want to do. You can do that just so it'll fit in here snug. You need that part snug. Right after I glue that down, I'm gonna take my tube. Right here, this is 6, I got it marked for 6 and 25 inches or 6 1/4 inches. I'm gonna cut that down to that length. I even marked it on the tube, so you'll have a reference. And then once I cut that down, I'm gonna take some cardboard, I'm gonna cut it down the same size, and then I'm gonna glue it on top. So, okay, so I glued a tube into my tube. That sounds bad. And then I took my other tube, my handguard, I wrapped some cardboard around it. And how we're gonna do this, that this is going to fit. First of all, we're gonna have to make a cone shape real quick. And I'm gonna show you how to make that right now. Okay, so here I'm making the cone, and this is a piece of cardboard that is just made into a smiley face or a frown, whichever way you want to see it. It's basically looks like this. When you try and wrap it around straight, you'll notice that the top of it, like the front of it, is going in, and then the back of it is going outward. So that's what you want for your cone. How you do this, or how you draw it, or what the size is, draw it however, what size you ever feel like you need. But the overall width is like just over half. That's the overall width. So draw that little smiley, make a cone, and I'm gonna glue this together, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like when I got it together. So this is what the cone looks like. This is gonna be the delta ring for between here and the handguard. All I'm gonna do is take some cardboard tube, one from a paper towel roller. I'm gonna put some thin cardboard on the inside of this, and then I'm gonna glue that, not inside, I'm gonna glue some thin cardboard right here so this fits snug. This is the shape. Well, this is the thing I got. I didn't put the cone all the way on, just put it at the very tip of this, just so the front will still be nice and tight, but the back will be flared out. So when I go to fit it on the gun, it'll still maintain the shape. And then I can also fit it in onto the handguard. It'll be fitted on the handguard just fine. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just glue this down here. And then I'm gonna show you the next step. Alright, so here is much of the handguard assembled. I left a little bit of that space in there just because that's what's on my reference here. You can, I'll even show the picture of you real quick. As you can see, between the handguard and delta ring, there is a small amount of space between the two, and that's exactly what I did here. So when you go to fit this on real quick, that's what it's looking like, and so far it's looking so good. Now all we need is to put some cardboard around here so delta ring and handguard and stuff will fit on the gun. Hey guys, JV. This is actually me recording day 2 after I finished making the gun. While I was editing, I realized I forgot 2 things to mention in the whole video. And this is number 1, and that is assembling the receiver. Assembling the handguard to the receiver. So how I'm gonna demonstrate this is this little tube here from aluminum foil. This will be the receiver. This one from paper towels is going to be the handguard. I said earlier in this video, disregard the handguard portion, but there is one part of the handguard video that is important to mention, and that is how to assemble the handguard onto the gun. So you might think just put this tube squared and evenly inside this handguard. What you want to do is instead, you want to put, imagine gluing this handguard, gluing the receiver at the bottom of the handguard tube. And then you put some cardboard at the top of it to fill it in. I don't know why I didn't mention that, but I'm mentioning it now. So not directly in the middle, but at the bottom. Just to show you on my gun real quick. Better this way. You notice how my receiver tube is not, directly in the middle of the handguard, but the handguard is a little bit higher than the receiver tube. But that's how you got to assemble the handguard. But anyway, guys, that's the first thing to talk about. The next thing I will mention later on in the video. So for now, let's get back to it. All right, so this is the delta ring, the handguard, and I also made sure the delta ring isn't all the way up on the receiver. It's just about a good, not really too far away, but is really close, but it's not touching. That makes sense. So that's the handguard on here so far. All we need now is your barrel assembly. Real quick, I would like to mention that if you want to do like the KAC handguard, there's one handguard, you didn't have to make it this thick. You could have just made it, took a regular paper towel roller and used that, and then added like your rails on there, quad rails. Like your 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm doing the standard handguard. So if this is what you're going for, you know, keep going. But if this is what if you want the quad rails, you can just add the rails on there and you're done. But anyway, what we need now is this little small piece in the front of the handguard. That's a very small tube. That could be like, that can be this, and then I wrap some cardboard around it. This is a paper towel roller. Oh, no, actually it's fine. Just take this, and then put this in the inside of the gun, the handguard, and we'll continue from there. Okay, I got that little small piece in the front glued in. Now I'm gonna need some more cardboard in this front here, so I can go ahead and glue the barrel in to the gun, to the handguard I mean. That, unlike this part, the rear sight can actually touch this little small piece at the front of the handguard. All you need is to wrap some cardboard, get it nice and straight, and then glue it on the inside. Hey guys, JV again from day 2. And this is the other thing I forgot to bring up while I was making the tutorial, and that was making the front sight. So to make the triangular front sight, you just need this to be about the same size as your barrel, and then put some wrap some cardboard around that barrel, and then stick the iron sight on top. You know, and then add your aperture on the front, and then cardboard on the inside. I'm sorry, I'm not really showing you. I'm trying to do this really quick. But if you don't want to do that for your iron sight, you can always do like a low profile sight. This is a folding front sight I had on my M4 before. The basic way I can explain this is that I took my regular triangular front sight, cut off the triangular part, and then I would have just had this little piece here that would have been on the gun. You can, even though this has like a folding front sight on here, you can add a rail on here. Do whatever you want with it, you know, and give you more options with your iron sight. So that's all I gotta say. That will be my last video for day 2 JV, and let's get back into the rest of the video. All right, let's go. All right, I glued my barrel in my gun, and my handguard is mostly done. All I need now is some details. And how I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna take some thin cardboard, I'm gonna cut out strips, wrap it around the gun, and then put some over it too. If you want to know, the 11 of these small strips and then 4 of these little long strips across the side is all you need. Okay, and this is what the handguard looks like, completed with details and everything you could ask for on a gun. And once you got all your details on your gun, you're done. I hope this tutorial helped you all, and if it did, be sure to leave a like, comment down in the comment section box below, subscribe to the channel if you are new and enjoying the content, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload. Take care, y'all. Be safe. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the love and support you've been giving me to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.